Hi people and welcome to this new tutorial. Because you asked for it, I'll show you how you can create a D-pad just like the one you have in your joystick, but for your mobile game made with Godot. So with nothing more to say, let's do this. Okay, so first we create a 2D scene, we call it D-pad. Now we add 4 touchscreen buttons. They will be the button for the D-pad. We create 4 of them and we name them up, right, down and left. These will be the buttons for the D-pad. Also, we add a sprite, an empty sprite for the center of the D-pad. Great. The next thing we need is the texture for the D-pad. Here I have also some buttons, but the important thing now is the D-pad. I have it normal, that means that it is not being pressed, and I also have it when it is pressed, when all the buttons are being pressed. You can see it here. Okay, now to add these textures to the buttons and this sprite, we have to select any of them, and here in the inspector where it says texture normal, we click and we select Atlas texture. Atlas texture is like a piece of another texture that has many textures. Once you create the Atlas texture, you click it, and here you drag and drop the whole texture with all the buttons. You drag it here. Now you click edit region. We select pixels adjustment, and because this is the up button and the normal texture, we select this and we click close. Now we have this texture. Perfect. We repeat the same thing with the other buttons. Okay, now that we've got the textures for when the D-pad is normal, we need them when it's being pressed, and it's the same as before, but you have to be aware of selecting some empty spaces. For example, here, if I just select this, look. Okay, now you can see it better. What I was saying was that if you press this, it just changes the color, but it's not like a button. So here you have to select an empty space like this. So now if I run this, it's a lot better, as you can see, and the same thing with the other buttons. Good. Now I have added the images, the textures, and it looks like it's being pressed. But if I press here and then move the mouse, it's not pressing the other buttons in the D-pad, and that's not what we want. We want something like this. I press here and then I move the mouse and this happens. Also, we want that if we press in the corner, it presses both buttons, not just none of them. To do that, we have to select all the buttons and check this box on the pass by press. So now if we press the buttons, it works as we want, but if I press in the corner, nothing happens. What we have to do to make this work is to change the shape of the button. This is here, the shape property. We have to select the rectangle shape and change it. My texture is, I think, 12. Yes, 12, and here 4. You have to look at the size of your texture here. Okay, for there, that's for the up button. Now right button, the same thing, but not exactly the same. It's 4 here, and 12 here. If it looks like this, we have to change the texture. I have to go here, edit region, and move it one space more above. Perfect. Now we've got all the shapes, and if we test this, it works great with the corners included. Oh, not great. Here I have to adjust the texture. I'm just going to do that. And now it works. But how can we detect the inputs of the user? We could go here and just connect this to a script, but there is a better way to do this. Just go to the button, and here in the action property, write for the app button UI app, or whatever entry you want. For example, if I create move up, when I press the up arrow here in script, I can do this. So when I press the up key in the keyboard, this property will be true. And if I write the event name here, the same will happen. If I press the up button in the D-pad, the event will be called here. So let's see if this works. I write move up, I run it, and if I press the up key in the keyboard, it says true. And now if I press it here, it says true also. And the same thing in the other buttons of the D-pad. And now right, and it says true. Down, and it's true. If I press here, I have the two properties true. And there it is, the D-pad. So if you found this tutorial useful, please tell me in the comments, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.